Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope you're enjoying your week. As always, if you're here, if you're present, please kindly put a like and say hello in the chat. Don't be shy, so I know that you're here and present. And as always, before we commence, here's a link to my private Patreon group that you can join. It's literally $5 a month. You can join and have very useful updates to a lot of market data information of what I'm buying and selling and what I'm doing. As I promised yesterday or the day before that, we're going to do a little bit of a marathon, a little bit of a run. We're going to try to do like 1 week straight of live sessions, maybe 10 days, let's see, maybe 2 weeks. We'll see. I'll try to do it for as long as possible, basically as long as I have time. As I mentioned, now I do have a little more time to work more. And besides working more, I have more time to allocate for these live sessions that we'll do on a daily basis now. So make sure that you turn on the notifications. We'll be doing this for at least another 5 days, maybe a week, maybe 10 days. But yeah, we'll be doing this for a while. And first, as always, I'm going to address the things that are going on in the market, and then we're going to start answering some questions to the best of my ability, at least the questions that I think are important or relevant. All right, let's start talking about what's happening. Basically, as we mentioned the other day, we're talking about basically how important it is to realize that the market cycles consist of different periods, and right now is the period which I refer to as a macro take profit phase, which basically consists of the euphoria phase, which we are in right now, and it ends with peak euphoria. And peak euphoria is historically where most gains are made, and the coins that do deliver and run finally deliver and run before the cycle ends and tops. So yeah, we covered that. Then also we spoke about basic market sentiment. A lot of people believe that market sentiment is poor and down right now. And as I mentioned, I don't understand how people measure market sentiment, because I looked at 28 different large YouTubers and profiles on Twitter that have hundreds of thousands of followers, sometimes 1 million followers. Altogether, they have millions of followers. So millions of people who are interested in crypto are being fed extremely bullish information. 25 out of this 28 people are either bullish or very bullish, and only 3 people are bearish or cautious. So, I don't gauge the market by looking at the fear and greed index. We're not exactly sure how they measure it, despite what they say. I like to do my homework by myself. I like to prep everything by myself. I like to put in the work and stay ahead of the market by basically using all the means at my disposal. Either way, here we are in this. We're finally, let's go through what has happened during this market cycle, right? When it was beginning, we were in a phase where we were awaiting crashes. So at that point, back in 2021/2022, so let's say 2022, people were still refusing to accept the fact that that cycle, the last one, had ended. And I was saying, don't chase tops, take heavy profits. This is the peak euphoria phase. It's time to start locking in profits, sell everything, or at least take heavy profits and keep those profits sidelined. So people didn't agree with that, and they kept buying the dip. We did not buy the dip because one of our rules is not to buy the dip and await massive crashes to rotate our profits. So we waited for the massive crashes. Then we got to the point where people said that Bitcoin is not going to crash, more than 50%. It did. It crashed 78%, nearly 80%, so roughly 80%. Then we got to the point where people said it's never going to go below 20K because in the past it has never gone below its last market cycle's top peak, basically. I said that it will go below 20K for the simple reason that in accordance with percentage crashes, historical percentage crashes, it will indeed go below 20K. It did go below 20K to roughly 15K, and we loaded up there. We also loaded up on Ethereum at the bottom. We loaded up Doge at the bottom. We diversified. We bought XRP, XLM, ADA, TEL, CRO, BTR. We basically bought a lot of different coins with different narratives, utility coins, some meme coins, and we sat on our hands and waited. Then we got to the point where some coins started going up prematurely, so we took partial profits in some coins prematurely. We also took profits on coins that did very well before even like basically we got to euphoria phase. Coins like Floki, we started taking profits, and now we finally have gotten to the part where we are in the euphoria phase. So, which is why we have started taking profits with our main bags, partial profits. Partial profits means, just a certain percentage of your bag, not the entire bag. We started selling 5, 10, 15% here and there on the way up. We're out with partial profits with XLM, XRP, Doge, fully with Ethereum and Bitcoin as our conservative plan. And now we're waiting for peak euphoria to come in. And when peak euphoria comes in, we can, they're looking at market cycles. There are different ways we can get there. We can have some nasty surprise. We can have a big correction in the crash, or we can have a smooth journey, a lot of boredom, chop, sideways, whatever it is. Basically, it doesn't matter. What really matters is the end result, which is supposed to be more coins joining the pumps. Coins retracing like at least 50% below their all-time highs, which means a lot of big pumps for some coins, not all of them once again, which is why we diversified, because it's impossible to tell which coins will pump or not. So now we are waiting. We're in the peak euphoria phase and we're already taking partial profits, and we're waiting for, we're in euphoria phase and we're waiting for peak euphoria phase to come in so we can start selling everything or taking extremely heavy profits and getting out of the market completely and awaiting the completion of the market, which will then once again result in the start of a new market, which begins by crashing very hard again, which takes us to the macro accumulation phase and begins basically, well, for us, it will be the fourth market cycle. So basically, anyway, I've mentioned before that I use these clickbait titles, like $100 XRP in 2 months, or $1 million Bitcoin in 10 months. This is not what I believe. These are the copy paste titles, if you will, that I take from YouTubers and big Twitter profiles and what people are saying. So of course, as we predicted, at the bottom when people didn't want to buy, and we had people saying that Bitcoin is going to go to $2,000, $3,000. We were ignoring the fear and accumulating because the sentiment was terrible. And now when people are saying that Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million after it's up 7x, or that XRP is going to go to $100 in 2 months or 6 months, whatever it is, basically in 2025. After a 12x move nearly, when it's time to start taking partial profits, laddering out on the way up with any coin that goes up. Of course, now we have these ridiculous videos that get a lot of views, hundreds of thousands of views, and people that are publishing these videos, they're publishing them because they know this content is very popular, and they make a lot of money by you watching that because they monetize their YouTube content. So they make a lot of money by feeding you this drivel. So, it's the usual standard things going on. A lot of very, idiotic, extremely bullish narratives and news in the euphoria phase, and it's going to only get more exciting and terribly bullish as we move into the peak euphoria phase. And then, once the cycle ends and it's time to accumulate, everything will shift and transition into basically a lot of fear. And once we get into a lot of fear, you will see nonstop terrible news. But we're not there yet. We're concentrating on the last part of the cycle, which is basically what people like to refer to. I don't refer to it this way because I don't think it's a good name, since not all alts move. Actually, historically, most alts don't move, but people refer to that phase in the market as alt season. I just mentioned this so that you understand what I'm referring to. I would suggest that you don't think of it as alt season. I would suggest that you don't think of the bull market that we're in right now as a bull market. Think of the bull market as the take profit stage, and think of the alt season as some coins go up, most don't. Sell and take profits with the coins that do go up. That's how I would suggest that you think of it, because mindset is very important, because that's what helps you buy when it's time to buy and sell when it's time to sell. Right now is the macro take profit phase, right? Make sure that you're not chasing the top. Make sure that you're chasing profits. Of course, with coins that have moved, start selling systematic on the way up and laddering out. Keep that money rotating. Don't inject that money into the market until the market has crashed once again and the cycle has ended. Of course, with coins that haven't moved, you hold and you wait to see which ones move, and the ones that do start moving in the peak euphoria phase, take profits and get out. And once we start reaching basically peak euphoria, I'll be here talking about it. I'll be on my Patreon, which is once again, I highly suggest that you join my Patreon. we will be gauging sentiment and fully getting out without trying to chase the top, because that's when we'll be selling preferably completely everything, or taking extremely heavy profits and cutting the little tiny losses that everybody has in every single cycle with the small bags that we bought. Our main portfolio is doing well, and I believe it's going to do better. And our main goal is to make sure that we come out winners, having made a lot of money. The cycle, great ROI, so that we can rotate when everything crashes and takes us to the macro accumulation phase. This is the part that, once we reach the peak euphoria phase, even euphoria phase that we're in right now. So euphoria phase right now, which is going to take us to peak euphoria phase. Of course, that's when we get all the bullish news, and news channels start talking about crypto, and we start getting like Michael Saylor, one of the crypto heavyweights, on the Forbes cover. That's when interest is sparked by the media and social media, and a lot of normies and non-coiners start joining crypto. And basically, these people, if you're watching right now and you're one of them, you have to be aware of the fact that you are a late market participant. If you weren't here when you needed to be here in the accumulation phase, you're a late market participant, right? If you're buying coins that are already moving up, you're being used as exit liquidity by people that are taking systematic profits. You have to be aware of that. You don't have to like it. You just have to be aware of it. If you're here and you're serious about crypto, you don't have that much, you don't have to wait that long. You have to wait like, I don't know, I think max like 10 months, and everything will start crashing hard, and you'll be able to accumulate in the macro accumulation phase. So if you have money, just set that money aside and keep setting money aside until is the optimal time to buy. Right now, risk and reward isn't in your favor. Risk and reward is in our favor, in your favor, once the market crashes. You don't want to be buying Bitcoin once that it's up 7x. Can it go higher? Of course it can. But risk and reward is not in your favor. You want to be buying Bitcoin when it crashes 70% in the future. Buy then. Historically, a 70% crash of Bitcoin has never been the bottom, as I said many times, even in this cycle, but it always has been a good buying opportunity. And Bitcoin has seen a new all-time high every single time. And I don't see, once again, why it needs to be different. So yeah, just make sure that you're following the plan, you're following the rules. If you're a member, make sure. I recently published the rules, I think like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. It's one of the latest posts. So make sure you go through the rules, make sure that you're abiding by the rules, because these rules were created by my experience to make sure that you succeed. If you're going against these rules, chances are you're raising risk to the point where you're going to get wrecked and ruined somehow. So just make sure that you're abiding by the rules. And they're quite simple and straightforward. If you're a member, please go through them and read every single post that I publish. I don't just post them for entertainment purposes. I post them to make sure I do my best to help you. Just like I was posting every single buy during the bear market, money allocated, within minutes after buying. Now I'm posting every single sell after minutes after selling, and sharing and trying to teach you how the markets move, right? So please kindly make sure you read everything, so we don't have these instances like we did in the bear market, where I sent out a message 2 or 3 times saying we executed the buy, and then somebody's like, oh, I missed that, I didn't see, can I buy now, when the coin is already up on 50 or 100%. So yeah, let's make sure that this doesn't happen with the sells when you sell, and then you're like, oh, I didn't see that, now the coin is down 50 or 90%, right? So please pay attention, my friends. Okay, let's see what people have to say. My friend Sergio is here, Ahmed, Matthew, N54LL. Hello, everyone. And says, hi, Rob, nice trim, by the way. Thank you, brother. Drunk Monk 21 is saying, thanks for the update, Rob. What's your conservative target for XRP next move and or H bar? So I'm not going to share my targets here, because frankly, people pay for my targets and it's going to be disrespectful towards them. But I've shared my XRP target publicly before, so I can share that. It's $7 to $13. But I keep teaching you one of the things that I say, don't get fixated on targets. Just because you have a target, let's say, of $10 roughly for XRP, you should still be taking profits on the way up with any coin that's done a 10x from the bottom, so you should be taking profits with XRP. You should be taking partial profits with, once again, any coin that is up significantly, from the bottom. Don't get fixated on price targets, right? There are a lot of wonderful, amazing top analysts out there who have given a lot of price targets in the past, and most of them have not hit. My 7 to 13 price target last cycle did not come to be also. I messed that one up. A lot of targets hit, but this one didn't, right? So my point is, nobody has a 100% track record. Nobody can buy the bottom and sell the top. We're here to just buy low and lower and sell high and higher, and that's it. That's it. AK says, hi, Rob, can you look at Telcoin, please? I do own Telcoin. I have a Telcoin. It's one of our main plays. I recently posted an update on Telcoin, so if you're interested, please join and read that, of what we're doing with Telcoin. But it's one of my main bags, so that's what I can tell you. So, yeah. Market Control Effects is saying, great morning, Rob. It's 5:52 a.m. in Florida. Awesome. Hope you're well in Florida, brother. Thank you for joining. You wake up early. That's good. SOV says, hola, my friend. Jose is saying, saludos, Rob from Puerto Rico. Hello, Jose. Mr. Jace is asking, will you sell 100% of your XRP, and what will be the highest target that you will hold for? Yes, I will try to sell 100% of my bag, and I will try to sell 100% of every single bag, unless the market outsmarts me and I leave a portion hanging. I'll try my best to make sure that doesn't happen, because as I've said in the previous lives, and as I will reiterate, I'll keep reiterating, I guarantee you, I promise you, as I've done in the past cycles when I predicted the 15 cents at $3, that 95% crash, I promise you that XRP, once the top comes in, is going to nuke 80%, and that many other alts are going to nuke 80%. And I believe that XRP and some other alts are going to recover and see new highs in, later on, years down the road. But I believe that most alts will nuke and never come back and die forever. So just make sure that you're taking heavy profits if your coin is going up. Most coins have not gone up, so you can't do that yet. But there are coins like HBAR, XRP, XLM, Doge, TEL, other coins basically that have gone up. Like TEL is up, for example, 1,400%, at least was up 1,400% at one point from the bottom. That tells you that you should be locking in partial profits. You should sell a portion of your bag and make sure that you do not rotate that. But speaking of XRP, for me, anything that's higher than $13 is not something that I need. I've been talking about basically accumulating XRP in this cycle. We accumulated XRP at 30, 40, and 50 cents. Before that, heavily at 15 cents. So I don't need the 15 or 20 or 30 XRP or other targets that people are looking at. Are they possible? Yes. Are they likely? I don't think so. So frankly, that's not something I'm going to be buying for. For me, a move from the bottom of the cycle was 28 cents. And, a move from 28 cents all the way to roughly $10 is an insane move. Even if it goes and double or triple from there, I don't know, to $20 or $30, it doesn't matter for me, because it might not happen. So I would rather lock in a move from 28 cents to $10, remain sidelined, not FOMO back into the market, ignore further pumps, and just await the crash that will come with the rest of the market, because XRP has proven, it's a proven fact that cannot be disputed, that it only moves together with the market. It crashes together with the market, and it goes up together with the market. And so just wait for the market to crash and then rebuy. I'd rather get a solid, huge return, wait for the crash and optimal time to basically rotate profits again, than to just keep holding while risk is going up and reward is going down. I would rather sell when risk is going up and reward is going down, and then buy back after a massive crash when reward is going up and risk is going down. Meaning that basically, if a coin crashes 80%, sure, it can crash 80% again, but the likelihood that it will do so is much smaller than after, I don't know, a 20 or 30 X pump, right? The higher we go, the more likely that it's going to nuke. So measure risk and reward in everything that you do. Ethan Foster saying, what's your opinion on the crazy Libra fiasco? Ethan, that's a good question. So, my opinion is very simple. It's like, it's the crypto doing crypto things, it's a wild west still. The only thing, of course, is that I thought I would not see presidents and heads of states rugging their own citizens, but it appears in crypto anything is possible. Even presidents rug their own citizens. Celebrities is something that I spoke about, that celebrities are going to rug the coins. Big names, household names, but I was surprised to see heads of states doing that. And what can I tell you? That's a lesson for you once again, that we're not in a utility cycle, that the cycle is speculative. The fact that these coins pump and then crash like 60 or 70% within within minutes or hours tells you everything that you need to know. It basically is a foreshadowing of things to come. massive pumps followed by huge, massive crashes. And so it's a good warning and reminder of things to come. So make sure that you note that down and make sure that it's a lesson we remember, basically. Daryl Graham says, awesome video. Thanks. Thank you, brother. Mathiaj Sever, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly, says, I own crypto from your Millionaire spreadsheet and some other coins. Okay. What can we do with coins that we are in minus? Should we sell them or just hold them? Well, I have a few coins that are in minus, but they're not major bags. They're tiny bags, small bags, but I am holding them. Altogether, like it depends. This is why it depends on every single individual. How badly down are you? How much money did you allocate into these coins? What portion of your portfolio is in these coins? Are any of your coins up significantly? Is your portfolio in profit altogether? There's so many questions, right? How can I just answer that just with one? There's no simple way to answer that. It has to be done individually. Matthew is saying, hi, Rob. Is there a point if BTC and alts break down to certain levels, you decide you're out, this time is different, or whatever reason? Matthew, well, that's a good question. It's a very good question. Probably not. Probably not. For the reason being, because, for example, if the COVID crash has taught us anything is that Bitcoin and alts and the crypto market can obliterate all technical analysis. What do I mean by that? So back in the day, it obliterated all Elliott wave counts. It annihilated all support levels, diagonal and horizontal. It basically took everyone by surprise, the COVID crash. It's a black swan event, right? And that's it. People were saying once again that we're going to zero and crypto is dead. Bitcoin nearly tapped its low for that market cycle. Some alts did tap their lows and go lower. But anyway, so Bitcoin crashed like 70% again. Yeah, that was the first time it did that after having crashed massively and gone up, basically. So it really depends on where we are in the market cycle. Probably not, to answer your question, no. I look at it the way more like in terms of as time progresses, what the sentiment is and what the coins have done, right? We are in the last stages, and that's why I'm cautious, because everything we've been predicting and waiting for has happened. For example, when people were saying that the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 are about to nuke hard and we're about to see Great Depression 2.0 and they will never recover, probably never again in our lifetimes, I called BS. I said that's nonsense. There's nothing to indicate that yet. I believe that we're going to see new highs for all stock indexes. And then, as usual, once stock indexes and stocks hit new highs, we're going to see Bitcoin hit new highs and Ethereum, and then some alts. What has currently happened, which is exactly why so many alts haven't gone up a lot yet, we have had stock indexes hit new all-time highs. We have Bitcoin hit the new all-time high. But notice Ethereum hasn't done anything, which is why it's in everyone's best interest for Ethereum to go up and see new highs and go into price discovery mode, because that's when most alts that are runners and do deliver this market cycle will move or continue moving. So it's in your interest, in my interest, and Bitcoin Max's interest, anybody's interest, to see new highs for Ethereum, which I think will come because Ethereum has delivered a new all-time high in every single market cycle. And once again, I don't see why this time needs to be different. That being said, I'm fully out of Ethereum to make sure that I have sold one of my biggest bags with a conservative target in case there's a black swan event, so I can buy a massive crash without having to use my own personal funds, but rather profits that I took from the market. Great question, by the way. Thank you. Stephen Ma is saying, thanks for doing these lives. Very helpful. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen goes on to ask, can I ask, how can you be confident that this is not the end of cycle and that we have already peaked? Many alts are already down 80% plus from their highs. Can I ask, how can you be confident this is not? Are you, Stephen, are you asking how can I be confident this is not the end of the market cycle? Nobody can be confident. But we can look at market indicators and what's happening in the market. And, if all the indicators I just listed came to be, and there's just like a small portion left. Like for example, Ethereum needs to set a new all-time high. More alts need to retrace like 50% below their all-time highs and join the pumps. And then Bitcoin dominance needs to go down, well, a lot more than it has. That has happened in every single cycle. So why would this time be different? Just because we feel that it's different, we always feel that in every single cycle. So let's stick to the facts, yeah? But for this exact reason, this is exactly why I have the rules that I have, which is exactly why I have the profit-taking strategy that I have. In case, I don't know, something, God forbid, terrible happens tomorrow, we have some unprecedented black swan event like we did in the last cycle, something that we can't even imagine. And that completely obliterates the markets, right? Which is exactly why I have the methods that I have. But as long as some unforeseen, crazy black swan event happens, then we're doomed. But I don't as long as that doesn't happen, everything is going in accordance with every single market cycle. As I like to say, every single market cycle is roughly the same, but a little bit different, right? So the macro phases are the same. The way the micro parts of these macro phases can be different, right? Basically the reasons for why something is happening can be different, right? Like for example, the trade war this time around when the market was going down. Last cycle it could have been the COVID crash, right? This cycle it could be something else. Next cycle it will probably be something else. But the point is basically that markets, the way they move in crypto are market peaks, everything crashes hard. You have the accumulation phase, coins start going up, some coins start going up, you start taking profits, we reach peak euphoria phase where you sell as much as you can, you get out, market crashes, right? So if all these parts happened, why would it be different this time that the only phase that's remaining is the peak euphoria phase? So, yeah. My friend International Crypto Asset Ninja is here. He's saying, good day, brother. It's good to see you. Good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Mr. Jace is saying, what will be the narrative for the next leg up for crypto? I once again, you see, this is a micro part that I'm not concerned about. So I don't know. It can be anything. For me, it's not important. Like I say, in euphoria phase and peak euphoria phase, we'll always have wonderful news of adoption, regulatory clarity, wonderful headlines, heavyweights on Forbes covers and magazine covers, and basically how Bitcoin has gone up 7, 10x, and how alts are up 10, 20, 30x, and how young kids are becoming millionaires and blah, 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 right? So I don't know what will be the next news. And frankly, that's impossible to guess, and it's not something that I look at. We're in the macro take profit phase. That's what I'm concentrating on. Whatever the reasons are, whichever coins pump, we ignore those reasons. We ignore why the pumps are there, and we just take profits. We keep taking profits and getting out and keeping that money sidelined. Ethan Foster, from your experience, how do you transition from making profits in crypto to making real tangible money through property or business? I'd love to be able to buy property in Dubai. Ethan, from my experience, you can come to Dubai and you can use crypto, USDT, Ethereum, and Bitcoin to purchase property. So yeah, and then you can sell the property. There are, of course, some nuances and certain things that you need to be aware of, which you'll be made aware of when you come here. Your real estate agent will consult you, I'm sure. But yeah, you can use crypto to directly purchase real estate. You can then sell that real estate and use the sale agreement as proof of funds at your local bank. Tim Gash is saying, I've taken profits and I'm diversified. So what happens? It happens, but we're getting ready to sell and go away. Tim Gash, I'm not sure I understood your question, brother. Could you please take your time to write that more carefully? All right. We've been here for 30 minutes, half an hour, my friends. I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, probably roughly the same time, anywhere from 1 p.m. No, not 1 p.m. Anywhere from like 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. Local Dubai time. So if you're interested, make sure and that you keep your notifications on. Please kind of put a like while you're here so that more people get to see this live. Please share it. And if you're interested, here you can join my Patreon. Stay safe. Don't do anything emotional. Don't do anything rash. Don't go all in on anything. Don't start buying the dips. Just be patient, my friends. Make sure that you're taking profits with coins that are going up. And don't listen to moon boys during the bull market. And it's the bull market, so you should not be listening to moon boys. And once we get to the part where everything is done pumping and we get to the bear market, don't listen to doom boys in the bear market. But right now is the bull market part, so don't listen to moon boys. Stay concentrated on taking profits. Love you guys. Thank you. Please put a like, and bye-bye.